Hi guys, so welcome back to my video. So today we have a bit of change of scene. I decided to film outside so that there's greenery and I need to be outside more, and for the first time it's not hot, it's windy, so it's the perfect weather. So anyway, I'm Bianca, and if you're new to my channel, I make sustainable fashion videos. So the reason why I make that is because obviously it's my passion. But also because I also have a business that's actually related to it. That's why I know quite a lot about it. So yeah, I have a small self promo just if you guys want to check it out. So I have a small sustainable brand named G Clothing, and this year we're actually celebrating our 3-year anniversary. So I decided to make a video about things I wish I should have known when I started, because honestly I just dove headfirst for it. There are a lot of things that I learned along the way, which I thought, man, that would have helped me a lot and would have helped me like boost my business a lot faster if I knew it from the very start. So yeah. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys, especially for anyone looking to start their own clothing business or even any type of business. I hope that these tips will help you, and yeah. So let's get started. So I have my notes so I don't forget anything. So the first thing is, well, now that you're here in this video, you probably already have an idea of what kind of business you want to start. So first you have to ask yourself is, do you actually like it? Because a lot of times we're actually just drawn by starting something because it's quite trendy. Like let's say in the Philippines, milk tea. Like there's so many milk tea stores in here, and you can really see the difference of people who like know good milk tea from just like any other commercially made one. So I think it's very important for you to like it, not just the for the success of it, but also for your own like mental state as it goes on, because of course times are gonna get rough eventually, and if you don't like what you're doing, then it's very likely that you're gonna give up more easily on it. So the next is, do you know a lot about it? So it can be like something that you really like and something that you're quite into, but at the end of the day, you don't know much about it. You're not very educated about it. So saying no to this doesn't immediately mean that you have to find something else. It just means that you have to educate yourself a bit more. So like for me, when it came to sustainable fashion, at that time it was just starting here in the Philippines. So and I honestly didn't know that much about it. I even started the business not even like having it geared towards sustainable fashion. But then I learned more about it, and I got engaged in organizations that were advocating for it. That's when I got to see the importance of it, and that's what made me more invested towards it and made it easier for me to talk about my brand and why it's important and why it means a lot to me. So it's vital in order for you to be able to create a brand that's accurate to what it's going for, and also to create something that isn't general, because that's more than the general knowledge that people have of it, if you get what I mean. Like in terms of, let's say, coffee, like you can just be you like coffee but you don't know that much about it, and then you start something, and then you don't even know like how important where the coffee is sourced from and things like that, and it's gonna be hard for you to try to grow your brand since you don't know that much about it. So basically you just educate yourself, as with everything. So the next is, this is super important, and this is something that you can probably do like unconsciously, but putting it on paper is what's really going to help. Like for me, I just thought about it, but I didn't know like how important it was, which is knowing your target market. Who is your target market? Now, at first you're just gonna think, oh, like say millennials who like to shop. So that's good, but that isn't enough, because what you're gonna need from that is knowing they actually want and what they actually need. So you need to create an entire persona for this person. Like you can even put a name, like where do they study, or if they're working, what kind of work do they like, what are their interests, what are their advocacies. Like really knowing this is gonna make it easier for you to tap into that market because you actually know what they really like. So a lot of people say like, oh, having a general topic or like brand will mean I can reach more people. That may be true at first, but also it's gonna be hard to reach people if people don't really know what you are and people don't really get that they're the people you're trying to reach out to. So they may just reach out to you more on a needs basis rather than like seeing your brand and seeing, ooh, like I like this because like it relates to me. So you have to create something that really relates to a certain group of people, and preferably people that you actually know are in this sort of thing. So the next is, once you have that, you can then do your research into getting to know what these people need. So that's why I was saying it would be easy if you know people, if this is actually you. Like for me, it was my like it was very related to who I am and the people that are like me who are looking for sustainable brands. So you can do this via survey, you can interview people that you know that are within this target market, because sometimes you can assume that this is what they like and you'll be extremely shocked that they want something else completely. So because you like something and you're within that group doesn't mean like everybody else in that group would actually be attracted to it, which is something I also had to learn the hard way. Do your research and really get to know what they need. Yes, the chickens.
Let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment.
Okay. Okay. Moving on. So now that you know that, it's time for you to ask what would you need meanwhile. So now that you sort of know what they want, you can sort of integrate it to what you already had in mind and create something that's a fusion of that, while also making sure that it's something that's not yet on the market. Otherwise, you'll just blend in with everyone. Gonna be just another brand to everyone. They're gonna be like, well, why would I support this when I'm already like supporting a brand that's also exactly like this? So yeah, and you have to like hone in on that unique thing so that you can easily create a market for your product. And of course, it's also important to ask whether it's feasible in the first place, because you might have this amazing idea, but it also takes like a whole lot of things to actually execute it. And if that's what your thoughts are, then maybe you can scale it down and just make that like something you will do eventually and something that you can achieve once you have more resources and more capital because you've already started the brand. And finally, of course, what is your long-term goal with this brand? Like I said in the first place, like with the whole do you like this? Sometimes we're just drawn in by a certain trend that we think, oh, I'm gonna make money when I start this. But in the long run, is it actually, like, what's gonna be your goal? Like, do you really want it to grow into something that's, let's say, sold internationally, or something that's able to help a lot of social issues in the long run? So you have to have a goal, and also you have to know what your message is to the people you're reaching out to. Your message can be something as simple as we are a sustainable brand that wants to create options that are affordable to the mass market, or it can be something bigger. Anyway, just make sure your message is clear, and it has to be clear with your whole branding. When you have a message, then it's easy to form everything around that, like your branding, your actual products, the actual products designs and functions. It's always something you can always go back to when you're sort of confused on what needs to be done. So this is just a bonus thing, but for me, a big thing was, do you have someone that could mentor you on this? because before, you know, I was like, oh, I'm an independent woman, but also like I worked in architecture, so I didn't really know people in fashion. But knowing people and like having them mentor you and learning from them like what their past mistakes were and what like how they think you can improve your product is really gonna be a big help. So for me, I was so lucky to have met such amazing people, even just like a few months from the start. People who were already in the industry and learning about their own journeys and telling them about what I plan to do with mine, and just hearing them say that it's a good idea is so reassuring. And also just having them tell me, oh, maybe you need to do this, is such a huge help, and you're able to feel like a lot more confident in what you're doing. So yeah, so don't be afraid to reach out for help. Yeah, that's the main thing, because that's something that I really needed to improve on probably in my first year, and something I'm still constantly improving on. Anyway, so that's it. And so, in line with that, if you need help, if you want to start a clothing brand, you can always message me on Instagram or even here in YouTube. I have my email down below. I'm always open to talking with people. Yeah, so because you know, we're a community, and right now is a hard time for a lot of small businesses, so we just have to reach out and help one another. So if you have your own small business, you can actually just comment it down below. Make sure to check it out, and for everyone else, check out these amazing brands, and yeah, let's just support one another. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. It's quite different from what I usually do, but I wanted to create something a bit more serious and educational. So yeah, if you like these types of videos, I hope you guys can like this and subscribe as well. I make a lot of sustainable fashion types of videos. Like if you like this top, I actually made it in a previous video. So yeah, self-plug. And also my brand will also be linked down below if you want to check it out and celebrate our 3rd-year anniversary with us. That's it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!